Hi, I'm Mary. Thank you for joining us today while we stretch and get a little stronger so that our everyday activities are just a little easier to do. Before you begin this or any other exercise program, you'll want to check with your doctor, and he'll tell you exercises you should or shouldn't do. Also, you'll want to wear loose, comfortable clothing like Carol and I have on, so when we bend and stretch, we're not restricted in any way. We're going to be sitting down, so we want to make sure that around our feet is clear. No like stacks of books or sleeping cats. So we want to make sure that when we step out, that the area around our feet is nice and clear. Also, we're going to be reaching out to the side, so you want to make sure there are no lamps there or anything you might knock off your table. I don't know about you, but it might be a cup of tea for me. Also, you'll want to check above. Make sure that there's nothing that you're going to whack into when you stretch your arms above your head. So we're checking our environment. We've checked with our doctor. We're wearing loose, comfortable clothes, and you want to have water that we'll drink before, during, and after our time together. So even if Carol and I aren't drinking our water, I hope you will. You'll want to work at your own pace. So if Carol and I are going too quickly for you, you slow right down. If you think we're going too slowly for you and you could pick up the pace safely, then you go right ahead. And you always want to do your best. You want to do as much as you can. When you need to slow down, you absolutely want to slow down, because we're always going to be here inviting you to exercise with us. You want to make sure you don't push or bounce, so you don't want to force any move. You want to move slowly, and we're going to work small moves and then get bigger. You want to eat well also, so that you have good fuel in your body. You know, the fruits and vegetables and drinking water and all that cool stuff. Because when you eat well, it's like putting good fuel in your car. So we're like little automobiles. Also, you want to make sure that you smile, because if you smile, it makes everything just a little better. And of course, you don't want to forget to breathe. I mean, I'm sure you'll be breathing anyway. So before we begin this exercise program, let's meet Carol.
Hi, I'm Carol, and I'm really glad you're here to exercise with. I know sometimes it's kind of hard to get the motivation up to exercise when you're alone, but now, no excuses, you're not alone. You just push that button on the remote, and here we are. So join us now and whenever you can. Okay, Mary?
Alrighty, so today we're going to be working with pillowcases. So you might have just a plain white pillowcase, and that's perfectly okay. If you have a plain white pillowcase or not, or if your pillowcase is right.
I have a pretty one.
Oh, you've got a cheerful one. She has a flannel pillowcase. You could have a white linen pillowcase. You could have a pillowcase with beautiful embroidery on it. Or you could have something about the size of a pillowcase. So if you had like a hand towel or something that was about this size, that would be good. If you say to yourself, golly, my fingers really don't want to hold on to anything that thin, well, that's okay. You could get something like a lovely little sham. And this is a padded sham, so this is going to be easier for me to hold on to. Or if you say to yourself, you know, even when I hold on to the ends, it's really a strain for me to move my arms. Well, you may need something a little longer. So you may need something like a really long sham, like for a giant pillowcase.
Wow.
Or you might need a really big towel so that you can move your arms more comfortably. Okay? So scoot around the house and find something kind of like a pillowcase. And then we will begin. We'll start in the beginning just by getting our muscles warmed up that we'll be using today, so that the things that we do every day are so much easier. The first thing we're going to do is move our big muscles, which are going to be our leg muscles. So we sit up nice and tall. You'll notice that both Carol and I are at the edges of our chairs. Our chairs are really sturdy, so we're not on any chairs with like rollers or anything. If you do have rollers on your chair, make sure you're locked in. We don't have any rockers on our chair, although that would be a lot of fun.
would be
wouldn't
fun.
it? So we're sitting right at the edge of our chair, so our bellies and our backs have to work to keep us in good posture. So you'll notice our ears are over our shoulders are over our hips, and right in front of our hips are our knees, and right under our knees are our heels. So we're in really, really good posture, and then we can start to move. So nice and easily, what we're going to do is just tap the heel out a little bit. Here we go. We're going to tap out and switch. Other foot out and switch. Now, if your hands are on your thighs, you're going to be able to feel those muscles underneath your hands move. Can you feel those,
Yes.
Carol? Yeah. So when you feel those muscles move, you'll know for sure these are the exact muscles we want, because with these nice thigh muscles, we can get up and down out of a chair easier. Also, we can climb stairs a little easier. Life is a lot easier with nice, strong thigh muscles. Now we're going to let our legs relax, and we're just going to lift our toes. So we're working the joint of the ankle now. As we pick up our feet, we're going to feel a nice stretch on the back of the leg and a tightening of the muscles on the front of the side of the shin. Can you feel that a little bit? And every time we lift our toes, we're working all those muscles. You have so many muscles and bones in your feet and your hands too. So now our toes are going to remain quiet, and we're going to lift our heels. So we lift our heels. There you go. You're doing a great job. And when you lift your heels, you're going to feel a tightening of the muscles behind the lower leg and a nice stretch on the shin muscles. Those happen to be your anterior tibialis. Isn't that a great term?
What a name.
Good job. And now we're going to combine both the toes and heels. So toes up and heels up, and toes and heels. Good work. So now we're stretching the top of our foot. When we stretch out the front shin, not that you have a back shin. Great job. And now doesn't that feel good? Now we're going to make our feet feel even better by going flat-footed and rolling out onto the outside of the ankles. So you'll feel a nice stretch on the outside of the foot, the outside of the ankles. This is really an important stretch because sometimes if we're walking on uneven ground, we want that ability to stretch and then bring ourselves back into good posture. So we bring our feet out a little bit now and roll the insides of the ankles in. And as you do that, you'll feel, gosh, a great stretch on the inside of the ankle and even the inside of the foot and even the inside of the bottom of the leg. So we're getting nice and stretched out. And then we're going to go right back to center. Now we're going to move our upper body. Our hands are down by our sides, and we bring our thumbs up to our shoulders. We're going to reach forward now and bring our hands back to our shoulders and all the way down. There you go. So it's called a bicep curl. Straighten out the arms, bring the hands to the shoulders and down. Good work. Bicep curl, straighten out the arms, bring them back to center and all the way down. One more time, please. And reach and down. Now our hands are going to sweep straight up. This is a front raise. Bring them back to our shoulders and down. Straight up, great. So it's just like we're handing somebody a package. Or somebody handed us a package.
Yeah,
and we're
that
going,
would be nice.
And last one, please. And relax. Now our hands are down by our sides. Let's reach down with one set of fingertips and reach the shoulder up. Reach down with the fingertips and pull the other shoulder up. This really does feel
I
great.
like that.
Now you'll notice when we're leaning to the side and then to the other side, you'll notice that we're not leaning forward nor are we leaning back. We're imagining we're between two pieces of plexiglass. I would say real glass, but real glass shatters. Now we're going to pull both shoulders up at the same time and pull them back and slide them down into our back hip pockets. Pull the shoulders up and draw them back and down. It feels so good. So when we do that, we open our hearts and we let the beautiful sun shine in, even on rainy days, because we know the sun is somewhere behind those clouds. And up and back and down. Good job. Perfect. And now you're going to shake your hands out, just like you have water on them. Good job. Then we're going to bring our hands right by our shoulders, and single hands are going to reach to the sky. So we reach up, and you'll notice when we're reaching up, Carol and I aren't reaching as high as we know we can go. We start small, And then the more relaxed and stretched out our shoulders do become, we can reach a little higher so we can ask more of ourselves once we're warmed up. Now you'll notice when we exercise, we're going to do one more hand on the side and one more hand on the side, and then we'll relax our hands on our thighs. Sometimes when we reach and kick and stretch, Carol was a professional dancer, and so she'll do a little more flary stuff than I do. Flary is a good term, don't you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's grab our pillowcase.
Yay.
I'm going to grab a sham because sometimes it hurts my hands if I have something too small. So I've got a big, wide sham. So I'm going to fold it once and then fold it again. There you go. And I'm going to go all the way out to the end. Now, do you want a wider one, or is that good for you?
No, that's good for me.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're holding on like this with our thumb on one side and our fingers on the other. If your thumb hurts, and some people it's really hard for them, you can take the thumb that's wrapped around and just bring it over here and hold it right in your fingers and palm. Okay? So your shoulders are relaxed and down. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lift it up a little bit and then slowly lower. Good. So we're working the front of the shoulders. This is called a front raise. Our arms are straight but not snap back. Good. So this exercises the muscles on the front of the shoulder. And this is really good because if you have to take laundry, whenever I do this, I always think of taking those big, heavy towels out of the laundry basket and hanging them on the clothesline. So our shoulders are going to feel this right away because you'll notice that neither Carol nor I have saggy towels, which means we have to have a little tension there.
That's right.
Right. So now we're going to relax a little bit. Then I'm going to wrap one hand around, but Carol isn't because hers is already short.
Do it. Well, we'll see.
All right.
We'll
and
see.
you decide too.
I'll
You're going to be
decide.
like Carol and decide which one is going to be
That's
better
right.
for you. I'm making my length a little shorter because I'm going to be pulling this hand up and then stretching
I
it down. Up. So even though my hand is wrapped around, I have a longer sham than
That's
Carol
right.
does.
Much longer.
There you go. That's perfect.
Hold it
You're doing
taut.
great.
And
You're
good
right.
shape.
Yeah, holding it taut really is working that shoulder. It's giving an extra little oomph. Last one, please, and relax down. Now the working hand gets to relax and have a little vacation on the knee where the other hand lifts up and over. Good. And you're going to feel this on the front of the shoulder again. That's it. Good. Excellent. And because you'll notice both of our towels are or pillowcases or whatever you happen to have, they're not all saggy. It's like pasta that's not overcooked, you know? It's before it goes in the water.
We don't want to be saggy either. Right?
That's right. And last one, please, and bring it back down. So I could really feel that in my shoulders. Now we're going to do something pretty interesting because we are sitting at the front of our chair. And if we were sitting at the front of our chair and our back hurt, of course we would want to put a couple pillows back there. So if you have pillows back there, this probably won't work well. We're going to take our pillowcases, and because we did so much work on the front of the shoulders, we're going to take our pillowcase and reach behind us and put it in the other arm as we lean forward. So we're going to lean back a little bit. Tricky. There you go. Reach
There we
behind
go.
you. Now, for some people, your shoulders may not be able to work well enough for you to come behind you. And so if that's the case, you can simply lean back and lean forward and lean back. So follow Carol if it goes around you. There you go. There you go. Good work. And around and back to center. Beautiful job. Perfect. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction, just as you had that one mastered. Darn. Here we go. Lean forward so you have space behind you to reach both arms back and bring. And now if this isn't working for you, if you say, you know, I'd really like to do that, but it's like too small, you can grab a pillow and do this. And the pillow will be a little wider and maybe it will be easier for you. But this is really a good stretch, range of motion for the shoulders. And we lean forward, we stretch out the back. Good job. One more, please. There you go. And we're done. Woo! Could you feel that a little bit?
Yep.
I'm a little thirsty. How about you? Let's
Good
get some water.
idea.
And of course, you'll want to drink water whenever you feel like it. But sometimes if you haven't drank water, you'll want to drink some even if you don't feel like it, because staying well hydrated is vital for every single part of your body. Now, we're going to take our towels or our shams, and we're going to hold just one end. There you go, just one end. Nope, just a corner. I'm sorry, a corner. There you go. Okay, see how you got a little more length?
Yep.
Now you're going to bring your hand all the way down to the opposite corner. Now this is huge. Okay. Whoa, that was pretty good. Nice.
Oh, I guessed. I was right.
You were right. Okay, we're going to take one leg and place the heel down, lift the toe up, and bring it right over the middle of the foot. Okay? And remember, if you can't go all the way to the middle of the foot, you can go under your knee like this. So always make sure that you can adjust this so it works for you. So here we are under one foot. We're going to lean back and lift the foot at the same time. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. There you go. So we're going to straighten our arms a little bit and then bring our arms towards our chest. Good. Straighten your arms and bend. There you go.
There we go.
So we're working the joint of the knee, also a little bit of the hip. When we stretch our foot out, our arms get a good stretch too. And then we pull it back using the strength of our upper body and stretching the lower body. When we push away, we're stretching our upper body and strengthening our leg. Okay, we're going to hold it out, please, and bring it a little over and a little out. And we guide this. Good. That's it. Very nice. Very nice. You're doing a great job today.
Yeah, I have a little arthritis in my left hip, and it does hurt occasionally. So this is a good exercise for me, I think. It may hurt a little bit, but it gets it to be more agile.
And bend the knee and down. And so what Carol says is true. We're going to give our fingers a break. What Carol said is true. Sometimes if a joint hurts and you move a little bit, you don't want to feel pain, but you can feel it stretch out a little bit. There's a big difference between pain and getting a good stretch, because pain tells your body to stop right away. So we're pushing our palms down and lifting the fingertips up. This is important because our hands have been wrapped around and they've been squeezing tightly. So our arms and our legs, golly, they're a lot stronger than our hands. So we really need to give our hands a good stretch, not only lifting the fingers, but spreading them wide. Our shoulders are relaxed, our head's up, and we feel great. Every day is a good day. Oh, I heard a good saying, and it's a serious saying.
Okay.
Okay. I heard today, my friend Mary, you know Mary.
Yeah, Mary.
Okay, Mary said, a compliment, a good feeling not shared with a person, like if you want to tell them something nice and you don't, that's like giving them a present and they don't unwrap it.
Oh, that's really
Isn't that cute?
neat. Yeah.
All right, let's go get that other leg. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
Those aren't the exact ones. You'll have to ask her. So we hold up a corner. We slide the hand all the way down. And we get a good grip on our corners. Now, if it's difficult for you to lean forward once you lift the heel, if it's really hard for you to lean over, what you can do is put your hands behind your leg and bring the leg up and then give it a flipperdoodle. So it's whatever works for you. You want to get it over the middle of your foot or even under your knee, okay? Here we go. So we're going to come up, bend the elbows, and pull the knee to the chest. Now that alone is a walloping good stretch. So we're going to push away and pull with our arms, push away with the leg, pull with the arms. And also you'll notice that even though Carol and I were sitting up nice and straight, when we pull that knee in, I'm telling you, we lean right back. In the chair. So we have a well-supported back. Good. Now we're going to hold it straight out and bring it across the body a little and out. And so you can have a small range of motion. You can have a big range. Well, this must be your good hip.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. When I get to the other hip, it's not going to be the same.
But it's really good. And Carol's demonstrating what we do. Like I'm making a small range of motion, and Carol's is bigger because she was a dancer. So always remember, you don't want to compare yourself with anybody because you're perfect just the way you are. And just the fact that you're moving is terrific.
That's right. You got to keep moving.
And then relax. Also, we're going to relax our hands. Yeah, your hands really work hard holding tightly to the pillowcase. We're going to press our heels of our hands down into our knees, spread the fingers wide, lift the chest up. Now we're going to utilize this time while we're stretching our fingers up and wide. We're also going to work our neck. So we're sitting nice and tall. We're going to turn our head to one side. Come back to center, breathe in, sit tall. Breathe out and turn to the other side. Breathe in and sit tall with your gaze straight ahead. You're going to tilt your head ear to shoulder, ear to ceiling. There you go. Right back to center and ear to shoulder, ear to ceiling. Just feel that gentle stretch. Slowly come back to center. And now we're going to shake water off of our fingertips. There you go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, let's get some really nice stretches. We're going to hold just the end of one. This is where a long one really comes handy dandy. So you're going to hold your corner.
Just the corner.
Just the corner.
Okay.
And you're going to guide it with the other hand. So you kind of flip it over behind you. So I'll show you from the side. From the side,
like you're
the
drying
pillowcase,
yourself?
exactly like you're drying your back.
Okay.
That's perfect. That's exactly what it's like. So there's a trick here. Your top elbow is up. The bottom hand is by the small of the back. There's a trick. If you want to work a little easier, let a little more space come between your hands. If you want to work a little harder, make sure you decrease the distance between your hands. So sitting nice and tall and breathing in, we're going to breathe out and push the hand up and pull down. Push with the top hand, pull down with the bottom hand. And your elbow is high and close to your ear, and you feel great. This is a walloping stretch. Good job. And down, and up, and down. And one more, pull up. See if you can get it a little higher without any pain. Pull down, see if you can get it a little lower without any pain. And release. And give that arm a hug because it just did a really nice job for you. Good job. Shake out those hands. And let's go to the other corner. So again, it's the corner of either your towel or your pillowcase.
Okay.
There you go. And so there's two ways you can do it. Actually, there's probably a million. But one is to guide it over the head like you were going to put a scarf on. Another one is to simply bring the hand to the shoulder and then extend the arm up, bending the elbow. But sometimes it's really hard to get that other hand behind you.
What am I doing? This way.
That's one way.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I want to thank Carol because she said she was going to do this, and I said, you're not. She goes, yeah, I am. I'm going to pretend I can't do it. So here's the trick. You're going to swing it behind you and take this hand, and you're going to reach behind you, and then you're going to lean back a little bit.
So you can grab it.
So you can grab it. Exactly, exactly. Top elbow high. Walking the hands together to make it more difficult.
Now I got it.
Okay, I knew you could. And slowly we're going to push one arm up and one arm down. So while you're doing this, if you say to yourself, golly, this is really kind of difficult for me, then you'll let a little more space go between your hands. If while you're doing it, you say to yourself, golly, I could work a little harder, well, then decrease the distance between your hands, drawing one hand up and one hand down. The hand pulls up, the hand pulls down. There you go. And we're sitting nice and tall. Our heads aren't dropping front. We aren't rolling front. We're nice and tall. And this is really hard because many times your tendency will be to roll over like this. So again, this is really good for posture. And remember, if you can't do it, it is no big deal. You're here and you're moving. That's important. All righty. And then we're going to bring the top arm up and stretch it higher, just a little higher. And we'll bring the bottom hand down, just a little lower, and release. Wow. And if you're saying to yourself, I can't understand it because one of my arms is really strong and flexible, and the other one isn't as strong and flexible, or even more strong and flexible, you're normal. Yay!
I'm so glad to hear that, because I have one that's very flexible and the other that...
Right, I mean, that's normal because we tend to be one side dominant. Now, all we're going to do is tie it in a knot, a nice loose knot.
See if I could tie this in.
Just take a corner and just kind of make it a little knot.
You can imagine I can't make a knot.
There you go.
Wherever you... There we go.
There you go.
I did it. I'm so proud of myself.
We knew she would, didn't we? Okay. So all you're going to do is just bring it from one hand to the other. So what we're doing is, believe it or not, we're just stretching those arms out, giving our arms a break. You did a great job today. Carol and I are so happy you joined us.
And we're really... us again. Don't forget.
Our shoulders are relaxed and down. There you go. And now we're simply going to hold the ends and bring it side to side, just over to one side, over the legs. There you go. And now we're going to lean back just a little bit, but our chins are going to remain parallel to the floor. Can you feel this a little bit in your stomach? So as you lean back, you feel it a little bit in your stomach. There you go. So this is a good stomach exercise. There we go. Good job. Okay. And now we'll relax it right down beside us. We'll push our heels of our hands down into our thighs, lift the fingertips up, and push those arms straight and lift your chest right up. Good job. Let's turn and look over one shoulder, right back to center, and over the other shoulder, right back to center. Now remember the shoulder rolls we did in the beginning? We're going to pull one shoulder up and then the other. Good job.
That's good.
This feels good after the work we just did. And everybody did a great job. And then we're simply going to roll the hands from one side over to the other. It's almost like you're straightening out a bureau scarf or you're smoothing out sand. It's very smooth, very gentle. Good job. Then we'll place both hands on our thighs with our fingertips rolled in. We're going to breathe in, stretch tall, breathe out and come forward a little bit, stretching out that back. This should feel really good. And slowly push ourselves up. We're going to sweep the hands behind us, holding on to the back sides of the chair. Our chests are up, our shoulders are back and down. We breathe in, and as we breathe out, we lean forward a little more. Lift the chest up a little more, pull the shoulders back a little more, and relax down. Then we take a great big breath in, gathering goodness, blessings, and miracles. Draw them right to your heart. Shake out all your cares and worries. Gather newness of hope from the earth. Bring it right to your heart. Now you have too much goodness, so we have to take the extra goodness and share it with the world. And the way we do that is to just be kind. Let's have a great big breath in. And as you exhale, know and understand that somehow, some way, all will be well. Yippee! Yay! I think I need some water.
Me too. I'm so dry. We got it. Oh, dear.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.